was a different style of fighting then than it is now. What happened more than not, what two individuals would meet at center ice, and it was kind of a gunslinger effect rather than a big scrum in the front of the net and a fight breaking out. They would almost call each other out and stand at center ice and go blow for blow, and there was a lot of pride involved in who was the toughest of the league and who was going to be the next toughest.
The IHL has always been colorful and competitive. The league was founded in 1945 and developed in the 1950s and early 1960s as a league where players drove to games and had other fuller part-time jobs. Located primarily in the Midwest, the league's reputation grew as a tough physical loop in such cities as Dayton, Columbus, and Toledo. And some consider the IHL as the Siberia of professional hockey. Although few consider the IHL as a developmental ground for the National Hockey League, the IHL has had some tremendous big-name and talented players, such as longtime Montreal Canadian John Ferguson, New York Islander goaltender Glenn Resch, and Olympic hero Mike Garuzione. The longest-running IHL team are the Fort Wayne Comets, celebrating their 40th season in 1991-92. Broadcaster Bob Chase has called Fort Wayne Comet games for 39 years.
The Cincinnati Mohawks are one of the most awesome minor league hockey teams ever put together. Roland McClanahan was their coach. Charlie Hodge was one of their goaltenders. They came up with some of the great hockey players of later years. They went one season, and in a 60-game year, won 50, tied 2, and lost 8.
The great moments continue in the modern International Hockey League. Some of these have come from all-star games, such as the last contest in 1984 in Kalamazoo, Michigan. The All-Stars gained a 6-4 win against U.S. Olympians and future NHL players Pat LaFontaine, Ali Afridi, and Chris Chelios. During the past 5 seasons, the IHL has suddenly transformed itself from a Midwest bus league to one which features major league buildings spanning all the way to the West Coast, with direct affiliation to the National Hockey League as a prime training ground.
So we've, in Salt Lake, have been very pleased with that growth because as those who follow the IHL know, it was a lot of years it was Salt Lake and the Midwest teams. And so the addition of the San Diegos, the Phoenixes, the Kansas Cities, and now Atlanta into the West is extremely beneficial to this franchise.
As the IHL truly becomes national in scope, the annual battle for the Turner Cup takes its place as one of hockey's premier events.